it's Alice again, here with another vlog. Today I am going to be talking about this book I've been reading. I got this book for free from Klout, a web service that you can hook up all your social media bits and bobs up to get a rating on how influential you are on the internet. Supposedly, like, when Klout first started up, there were these sort of urban legendy things about people getting free hotel upgrades for having especially high Klout scores and not getting hired in certain jobs because their Klout score wasn't high enough, and I'm not sure if I believe any of that actually happened, but sometimes Klout will give its members perks. I've gotten to see a movie for free. I got to see Gravity last year, a special advanced screening a couple weeks before the movie came out. That was pretty cool. I've gotten this book, for example. I've also gotten Zatarain's pasta. So yeah, sometimes Klout will actually send neat or interesting or useful things. So anyway, I started reading this book last night. Klout sent it to me about 2 or 3 months ago, I can't quite remember. And it's a romance novel, according to the thingy inside. It's love stories and college stories. All I know, it has the very provocative cascade of peacock feathers on the front of it. Titillating. I'm gonna read the back to you. You fell in love with Abby and Travis. Now meet Cammy and Trent. So I think this is part of a series of books. I don't know. I have no idea of this author's previous work or whatnot.
Fiercely independent Camille Cammy Camlin.
Seriously, that's what you named her.
Gladly left behind her childhood before it was over. She's had a job since before she could drive and moved into her own apartment after her freshman year of college. Now tending bar at the Red Door, Cammy doesn't have time for much besides work and classes. Until a canceled trip to see her boyfriend leaves her with her first weekend off in a year. Happy ending. Trenton Maddox was the king of Eastern State University, dating co-eds before he even graduated high school. Guys wanted to be him and women wanted to tame him. But after a tragic accident turned his world upside down, Trent left campus to come to grips with the crushing guilt. 18 months later, Trent is living at home with his widower father and working full-time at a local tattoo parlor to help with the bills. Just when he thinks his life is returning to normal, he notices Cammy sitting alone at a table at the Red Door. As the older sister of 3 rowdy brothers, Cammy believes she'll have no problem keeping her new friendship with Trent Maddox strictly platonic. But when the Maddox boy falls in love, he loves forever, even if Cammy is the only reason his already broken family could fall apart.
So right off the bat here, we kind of have a theme of someone that we're going to fix. Before the title page, there's a page with a quote on it. It's, "I won't break his heart to fix you, Emily Kinney from Times Square." So let's get into this. The book starts off Cammy receiving the news from her long-distance boyfriend TJ. She has to cancel her trip to come out and see him. It's some sort of weird government hush-hush job that he can't really tell her what he does. She's now got the weekend off. She's a bartender on the side between classes. That night, she and her roommate Reagan decide to go to the bar they work at for a night to relax. That seems a little strange to me. I don't know, I am not a bartender, but I have worked in food and service jobs before. I certainly did not want to go hang out with the places that I worked on my day off. Just me, though. So while they're at the club, runs into Cammy, kind of acts like a douchebag. Reagan comes back and then he leaves. They start texting. Front guy is like doing that thing that I hate, that where guys will not take no for an answer. They're like, "Oh, do you have a boyfriend?" Like, "Well, yeah, but he's long distance." It's like, "Oh, I have a chance." Like, the angry feminist in me does not approve. Nope. For that, Trent shows up at her apartment, which super creepy. He asks around about where she lives and shows up with dinner for her like the next day, which is super not cool. And then the next day after that, I forget, a bunch of shit happened. And the next day after that, he declares that he's going to take her out, the next evening at 7. Cammy and Reagan hatch this sort of plan to head him off with a pass and not have to force poor Cammy to go out with this dude who will not get a fucking clue they have this plan in place. And then Trent shows up at her door with this little 5-year-old girl that he babysits once a week. And so Cammy is guilted into going to dinner with them at the off-brand Chuck E. Cheese. See, I'm getting kind of ragey about this book. In the chapter where they're out at dinner at the Chuck E. Cheese, Cammy notices that Trent's so nice to Olive, the little girl. And he's so good with kids. Aww. And then it goes into Trent's backstory a little bit, which is I think his mother died of cancer or something. I don't know. But anyway, we're supposed to feel sorry for Trent. You know, want her and Cammy to get together, even though she has a boyfriend already. Even though they're having relationship troubles, like, that's super uncool, dude. So, in a beautiful example of what the... TJ, the long-distance boyfriend who's on the other side of the country or whatever, shows up for like 5 minutes to say hi, and they make out for, you know, a paragraph or so. Just to, I guess, remind Cammy how much she loves him and all that bullshit. By the way, Trent works at this tattoo parlor, and supposedly his boss wants a receptionist at the door. And so, at the end of the 4th chapter, it turns out that one of Cammy's brothers needs to borrow money because he's been using steroids and he has a steroid problem, I guess. And so she offers to help him with some car payment or something so his car doesn't get repoed as long as he gets into a program and stuff like that. And so she decides she's gonna have to get a second job if she's actually gonna do this. So at the very end of the 4th chapter, she agrees to call Trent's boss and get the second job as the receptionist at the tattoo. The first 4 chapters, I'm at page 56 of 300 some. I'm not particularly enjoying this read. It's just kind of raising my blood pressure and making me angry so far. I will probably continue to read it. I don't know if it'll be interesting for a vlog or anything like that as I go through it. But if I find any more what the fuckery with it that's good enough to share, then I will certainly do that. I feel like I'm in high school because I've actually been, you know, I actually had a highlighter on the table next to me while I was reading, and I was highlighting various things to make sure that I didn't forget to talk about them and whatnot. But I guess my main beef with this, like, it's fine if you want to write a story about, you know, 2 people meeting and falling in love, but, I mean, there's already so clearly a bunch of boundaries and stuff that Trent is walking all the way past, like bashing through with a sledgehammer, like a wrecking ball, you might say. That it's just not something that I can get into at all. Like, Trent is supposed to be sort of the adorable jackass with softer side because he babysits a little girl and he's so nice to her and all that, you know, bullshit. But it's like, I lost all patience for Trent immediately when he started texting Cammy that, you know, he wants to take her out and stuff like that. Because, I mean, she's told you she's not interested. Like, just deal with it and move on. But then again, I guess we wouldn't have a crappy romance novel to yell about, so there's that. Thanks, Klout, for sending me this book. I will be grudgingly reading through it over the next few nights, probably. Hopefully it won't take me that long to get through. It's a pretty easy read. It's not super challenging. So yeah, Beautiful Oblivion. And by the way, I cannot get Eve 6 out of my head whenever I look at this book cover. I would swallow mine out, turn it inside out, find nothing but faith in nothing. Wanna put my tender heart in a blender, watch it spin around to a beautiful oblivion. See you next time, guys. Thanks for watching.